seem to whisper and hum. You know the soft moonlight seems to shine in your blush. Can I just have one dance with you, my love? Can I just make some more romance with you, my love? Well, I wanna make love to you tonight. I can't wait till morning has come. Yet I know now the time is just right. And straight into my arms you are. When you come round my world, are we live? To make sure that you never run. There's nothing different on my screen, so are we live? Oh! Okay. Hi, everybody. We're going to get started in just a minute. Thank you so much for joining us. Thank you, thank you. Appreciate it. Some folks are letting me know that we're live. That's good, that's good. All right, I think that we will get started, and I want to thank everybody for being here, and I want to welcome you to Fall Fest 2020. We have an awesome, awesome, awesome night planned for you. I hope you're having a good end of your day wherever you are. My name is Lily Mercogliano Easton, and I am the director of Camp WA WA Segowea. I'm also an alumna of Camp WA WA Segowea, and I have enjoyed getting to work with so many alumni putting together our program tonight. And I hope that you're comfortable. I hope you have something relaxing around you. I hope you've got just your attention here on camp. And I hope you're ready to really enjoy listening to camp songs. Maybe you'll join in singing some camp songs and finding a little bit of time on this Sunday to celebrate our awesome, wonderful camp. So we're gonna start out with doing something a little bit special. And I'm gonna turn off my music. And I'm gonna ask you, if you have a device in your hands, then I'm gonna ask you to maybe put the device down. I'm actually gonna turn off my camera for just a moment. And I'm gonna ask everybody to close your eyes. And this is a little exercise that we did the last time the Smith Park board was all together. When we were together at our February meeting, we got to do, actually I think it was our March meeting, but we got to do this reflection and just really, even though we were in Poughkeepsie at the time, we got to take a minute and really put our thoughts and ourselves and our mind at camp. And if you've never been to camp before, then you can put your thoughts and yourselves and your mind at a special place outside or some place that feels like home for you, but is not home. So I'm gonna ask everybody, and I'm gonna turn off my camera, even though I'm really scared that I won't be able to turn it back on, but I think I will be. I'm gonna turn off my camera for just a minute. I'm actually not gonna do that. You're just gonna need to close your eyes. So I'm gonna ask you to close your eyes, and I want you to just take a moment and visualize or think about or remember your favorite place at camp. So any place at camp that was a place that you love to be in, a place that you love to go to, a place that you love to take a break at or play a game at. So go there in your memory. And as you still your mind, think about what you would see from that place. Think about what you might hear. Think about what you might smell. And lastly, think about what you might feel, either by touch or in your heart or in your body senses. And just take a breath there for a moment. And then you can open your eyes, and we are going to get started at camp, which is just incredible. We are starting off with alumna Allison Loggins Hull. She composed a piece to play at camp. It's an original piece. It's going to hit a whole bunch of notes for people. It's going to start how we usually end at camp. And it's just the perfect way for us to begin this very special night for camp. Allison, thank you so much. We're so happy that everybody can be here tonight. I'm so happy you got to see that. And just so appreciative. I can't believe how much talent we have in this incredible camp community. And I'm glad that you're here watching, and then you all are going to get a chance now to experience this night for us together and celebrate camp and be here in this moment. Allison, thank you. That was incredible. We have a bunch of different songs coming up. It was Allison's idea for us to really focus on camp songs, and she is leading the way by featuring a bunch of camp songs in her piece. And coming up, we will have single songs as we go along, and ranging in ages from, I think, about a 2.5-year-old up to, I think we're going into our 40s in our program today. So you're going to want to stick around. You're going to want to make yourself comfortable, and you're just going to want to keep really thinking about camp and enjoy these songs. We're here tonight to fundraise and kick off our annual campaign. We have the largest goal that we've had since we went independent 4 years ago. So we have a goal of $33,000 for our annual campaign at the end of this year. You'll hear more about that tonight. You'll get to hear some from our board of directors at Smith Park. And we're just asking everybody to pitch in. So in the chat, you'll find a link for Kindful, which is our fundraising platform, and you can make a donation there. You can also make a pledge in the chat. We have the ability to record pledges. So we want to hear from everybody. This drive will be going on up until the first Tuesday in December. And tonight is our kickoff, and the board will be matching all donations tonight. So if you make a donation, then the board will be able to match it all the way up to $3,000. So hopefully by the end of our show, we'll have raised $6,000 and we'll be off to a great start. And the other thing that I think it's great for people to know is the more we raise, the more costumes that I get to wear. So there's some costumes, they're out of view. I will make those changes, and I have some really fun ones. So let's help get to that. Let's pitch in together. Please, if you have favorite memories of camp, if you have songs, if you have things that you want to share, then the chat is hopefully open, though I can't see it, but I'm pretty sure that you can. And we are going to get kicked off by hearing from my mentor at camp, a lot of our mentor at camp, and now our Smith Park Board of Directors Treasurer, Beth Hodis.
In terms of music, I was thinking about music. I was thinking about how at camp music is sort of the poetry of camp. It's this wonderful way to express things. When children hear songs at camp for the first time, it reinforces values that, the folk music, for example, reinforces values that they've learned at home or in church or their community to some extent, at school, hopefully. And that kind of gives them permission to sing it out, and when they witness not only their peers singing, but grown men and grown women singing, and that is a real influence, and it's a way of allowing them that emotional expression, and to know that that's a really effective way to express emotions. I often think of the tough songs, Father and Son, even Where Do the Children Play, Cat's Cradle, that put words to emotions that children have felt that they may not have had words to express. So as painful as they can be, it's such a safe place to be able to experience and sing those songs, And thinking about where we've come since I left as the camp director, it's just been quite a journey, a lot of ups and downs. And then when we finally got our camp back, we started running it, and we're in our fourth year now. So over the last 3 years, it's not just a group of volunteers that have been running camp or helping support our incredible camp director, who's really running camp. It's a group of professional volunteers, people that bring their own individual strengths, their own individual experience, and their professional talents to help run the camp. We've run a
I feel like we could have played a game. How long in the program can we go until I start talking without unmuting myself first? Thank you so much, Beth. And we're so happy everybody's here. If you're joining us a little bit late, I really want to encourage you to back up a bit. Make sure that you're taking in the music that we're listening to and all of the songs as we go along. We have more alumni coming up, and we're going to start off with some camper favorites. These are camper favorites through the past couple decades. So if you're a camper and you've tuned in, you might not know all these songs, but we get to think about songs that we want to bring back for the summer. And we are going to be welcoming Lisha, Amy, and Sarah with the Canoe Song. We have Sarah and OT who rewrote part of Boom Diata. And we also have a very, very special guest, our youngest participant tonight, Brandon Korzik. So let's see those camper favorites.
A boy and a girl in a little canoe when the moon is shining all around. As he dipped his paddle, it didn't even make a sound. So they talked and they talked till the moon went in. He said, "You're gonna kiss me or get out and swim." So you know what to do in a little canoe when the moon is shining moon is shining moon is shining all around. Get out and swim! I love the beacon, I love the friendship circles, I love Harmon Pond, I love the lily pads, and Lily, I love stars spinning when the lights go out. Boom diada, boom diada, boom diada, ayo. Boom diada, boom diada, boom diada, ayo.
Yeah, but for helping for walking on your head.
We love those songs. We actually have not been singing the Boo Fairy song, or Little Bunny Foo Foo, since I came back, and I don't know why. So now that we got that video from Brandon, we can bring it back. And I'm not sure if that's still a song that's sung out and about. but it's a great song for us to bring back to camp. And I really want to thank Brandon for reminding me of how fun it is to participate in that song. If you haven't had a chance to make a donation for the annual campaign yet, then we have the links there. You can also make a pledge. And really the big thing, because this is a heavy lift, we've never tried to do this before. We've never tried to raise $3,000 in an hour ever for camp. We have the most incredible community around us. We've had donors that just step in really all the time, whether it's for the Director's Drive, whether it's for the annual campaign in years past, whether it's by creating birthday fundraisers on Facebook, or just thinking of camp. We will open up the mailbox, either of our PO boxes, and we'll sometimes just find donations in checks because people thought of us. So we have the most amazing community around us. We're so fortunate as a camp, even though it was certainly really difficult this summer. Like all camps in Massachusetts, we had to suspend our overnight programming. But we got to have family camping, and we got to still do things online, and we're just doing our best to keep getting through. And we do have a deficit this year. And so that's what's making it a heavier lift for us this year. But I know we can do it, and it's just going to take stretch gifts and whatever that is for you. So if you can give $10, if you can give $15, if you can stretch to $25, if you can give bigger, if we can hit $1,000, then I'll be in a new costume, and it's a really good one. So let's try to get there as soon as possible. So please give. If you're texting with camp friends, please encourage them to give, encourage them to get on. Hopefully you all can see some familiar names in the chat. I can't see that kind of stuff, but I know you all are out there. And we will just continue to have fun. We have Zach Horzik coming up. We have Luke Anderson later. We have some staff who are going to make appearances. We have a whole bunch more fun things, including a ghost story. So don't go anywhere and keep on sticking with us. Now we have a really, really special song. We are going to hear Josh Perks do Forever Young. And then we get to hear from Jody Cowan and his family doing the Bear song. So these are two different songs, but two loved songs. And you'll see later on in the program just how loved, because these songs both actually come up twice.
May God bless and keep you always. May your wishes all come true. May you always do for others and let others do for you. May you build a ladder to the stars down every rung. May you stay forever young. May you stay forever young. May you grow up to be righteous. May you grow up to be true. May you always love. And upright and be strong. May you stay forever young. May you stay forever young. May your hands always be busy. May your feet always be swift. May you have a strong foundation when the winds of change shift. May your heart always be joyful and your song always be sung. May you stay forever young. May you stay forever young.
All right. We're the Cowans. We love Wawa Segowea, and one of our favorite camp songs is the Bear song, right? All right. So we're going to try this out here. The other day,
The other day,
I met a bear
I met a bear
up in the woods,
up in the woods,
oh way up there.
all the way up there.
The other day I met a bear up in the woods all the way up there. He said to me,
He said to me,
why don't you run?
why don't you run?
I see you don't
Why do you
have any gun. He said to me, why don't you run? I see you don't have any gun. And so I ran
And so I ran.
away from there. And right behind
Behind
me was that bear.
who was that bear?
And so I ran away from there. But right behind me was that bear. Ahead of me,
Ahead of me,
I saw a tree.
I saw a tree.
A great big tree.
A great big tree.
Oh golly me.
Oh, golly me.
In front of me I saw a tree. A great big tree. Oh golly me. The lowest branch
The lowest branch
was 10 feet up.
10 feet up.
I had to jump
I had to jump.
and trust my luck.
Trust my luck.
The nearest branch was 10 feet up. I had to jump and trust my luck. And so I jumped
And so I jumped
into the air.
into the air.
But I missed that branch
I missed that branch.
all the way up there.
All the way up there.
And so I jumped into the air. But I missed that branch all the way up there. Now don't you fret.
No, don't you fret.
Now don't you frown.
No, don't you frown.
I caught that branch
I got that branch.
on the way back down.
On the way back down.
So don't you fret, now don't you frown. I caught that branch on the way back down. That's all there is.
That's all there is.
There ain't no more.
There ain't no more.
Unless I meet
Unless I meet
that bear once more.
that bear month.
That's all there is. There ain't no more. Unless I meet that bear once more.
Yay!
Camp WA WA, we love you.
Yep. I always love you.
Oh, thank you guys so much. That was awesome. We love you too. We'll always love you too. I hope you all are hearing all the small things and all the big things that folks have sent our way. It's really special. And I'm going to try not to cry, but hopefully you're crying. We are doing so well. Are we really? I think we crossed 1,000. I'm trying to keep up here. But I think we are really getting there somehow. And so if we did cross $1,000, then when we come back, I'm going to be in a new costume. This is a really hard costume change for me, but I'm going to do my best. I think you're all going to love it. And we want to thank you. We're here. We're seeing what we can do. If everybody does any amount that you can, whatever is a stretch for you tonight, if everybody can give $5, that will be super helpful. You know that we put it all to use. Smith Park is completely run by volunteers. I'm the staff member in the off season, and we have the most incredible counselors and other support staff that come out seasonally in the summer. But it really is a labor of love of folks giving their time and stretching themselves however they can. And that's what we're asking for you tonight. We have 2 beautiful instrumentals now coming up. I really want to thank May Quinn and Desmond Teague, 2 current campers and alumni staff who were just so thoughtful in putting together pieces without words. there would be costumes. There are costumes. It's still me. I'm Lily Mercogliano Easton. I'm the camp director, but now I'm also a pirate. But I was a pirate before, but now you can see it. And thank you so much. Folks have gotten us past $1,000. So here's this costume, and we are getting close to 2,000. And I'm telling you, the next costume is more ridiculous than the costume that I'm wearing right now. So it's only going to get better. And thank you, May and Desmond, so much. Just beautiful. I've enjoyed getting to hear these pieces as they come in. I'm absolutely loving hearing them again tonight. And I'm just so grateful. I'm so grateful to be doing this. And this is totally new for us. Everything about this year obviously is new for all of us. And thank you. Thank you for joining us. And thank you for helping us launch our annual campaign and really just get into this project that we have to close our deficit and end our year, which has just been tough and challenging and also rewarding and brought out new things and got us thinking so much about the future and thinking so much about our facility and thinking so much about everything that we love so much about camp, how important it is to us and how much we just know that we're all in to keep camp going and to be figuring out what growth looks for us even now, even in this moment. And just so happy to be able to be connecting. So we are now going to turn our attention just to know a little bit more about what's happening at camp. So we're going to head back out to camp. If you're just joining us, you can go back to the beginning. We had an incredible performance from Allison Loggins Hull at the beginning, which was at camp. And now we're going to go and see camp a little bit in the fall and hear from some of our Smith Park Board of Directors.
I'm Sarah Perks.
My name is Mike Bruns.
I'm Georgia Lopresti Mektis.
My name is Adam Hammond. I'm the chair of the Facilities Committee. And we've done a lot of good work this summer. We've started clearing trees that probably should have been cleared before. Replaced some roofs, and we have some more roofs to replace. We've started work on Hart Cabin to make that an ADA compliant building, which we're really excited about. And we have a lot of work yet to do.
Camp is something that needs care all the time, every year. Otherwise, as we all know, the forest takes over.
It's been a challenging year, and folks have come out and for work weekends, they brought their families out and friends out and just have done so much for camp this year.
And we want to continue. And in order for us to continue, we need
everyone's support.
We are asking that you give what you can to help support Smith Park of New York and Camp Segowea this year.
Any and all donations.
There are lots of different ways for you to give to camp. Feel free to send a check. Feel free to give online through our website. We also love to share on Facebook or just call someone that you know is involved at camp and ask, how do I give?
And give generously.
So everyone here can enjoy being a part of that magic here at Camp Segowea.
This year, more than I guess any other year, I'm just really grateful for camp. There are so many things that could not do this year, and I was able to come out to camp, and just knowing that it's still here, like even if you weren't able to come out this year, just knowing that this place is still here for us and for future generations. A place that you can go in your mind, but also in your heart. And it's been really special to know that I have, and that we all have this place, Camp Segowea.
Thank you so much to the Smith Park Board of Directors. And I want to thank all of you. And I want to remind folks that I have a new costume that I'll put on once we cross $2,000. So we're getting there. We're doing this a little bit at a time. But again, thank you to the Smith Park Board of Directors. That's an incredible group of volunteers. They meet every single month for over 2 hours usually. They're also a part of committees that meet on a monthly basis. They're part of projects that are happening both at camp and then development projects that we're working on remotely. And just the amount of dedication there, and as Beth mentioned, the amount of experience. We have former camp directors on the board of directors. We have former staff. We have, oh my gosh, sorry, I'm getting texts and I feel like the number has gotten really big on our fundraiser, but I'll get to that in a minute. We have an incredible nurse on our board. We have people who work in schools. We have people who just, you know, really are able to bring their life experience and partner with me and partner with our staff and keep this going and keep it going in a way that has just been so meaningful for us in those 3 summers that we were able to do overnight camping, and also so meaningful for us this year when we were able to do family camping. We had over 200 people out at camp. And as Adam mentioned, we also just really got to dig into our facility more, which needs it. Always needs it, needed it this year. And that's where a lot of our costs came from. And without our overnight camping, that's why we're turning to you now and we're asking you to please give and give in any way that you can. I really want to remind people of the importance of our small gifts, of our big gifts, of whatever is a stretch for you. It just does so much. I'm always floored by the amount of gifts that we get each year and what that means for us. So I think it's time for me to do another costume change. And please hang with us. We still have Zach Korzik, we still have Luke Anderson, we still have Mino Toos coming up with more music. But first we're gonna take a little break like we often do at our campfires. And I wanna remind you to stretch, and I wanna remind you to look away from the screen for a second or do anything that you love to do. And we're gonna have a different version of the bear song, and we're also gonna have a ghost story. So I'll be right back. Please stay with us. And thank you all so much.
The other day, I saw a bear, a great big bear, oh way up there. The other day, I saw a bear, a great big bear, oh way up there. He said to me, why don't you run? I see you ain't got any gun. He said to me, why don't you run? I see you ain't got any gun. And so I ran away from there, and right behind me was that bear. And so I ran away from there, and right behind me was that bear. In front of me, there was a tree, a great big tree, oh lordy me. In front of me there was a tree, a great big tree, oh lordy me. The nearest branch was 10 feet up. I had to jump and trust my luck. The nearest branch was 10 feet up. I had to jump and trust my luck. And so I jumped into the air, and I missed that branch all the way up there. And so I jumped into the air, and missed that branch all the way up there. But don't you fret, now don't you frown, cause I caught that branch on the way back down. Now don't you fret, now don't you frown, cause I caught that branch on the way back down. That's all there is, there ain't no more, until I meet that bear once more. That's all there is, there ain't no more, until I meet that bear once more.
Hello, children. Don't you hear a ghost story?
So I hope you answered yes to that, because who doesn't love a ghost story, especially this time of year? And I've got a spooky one. So 2 Novembers ago at Camp WA WA, I participated in a treasure hunt. So I joined a group of metal detectorists. If you've never metal detected before, this is kind of how it works. So you've got your metal detector, and you've got headphones on connected to the metal detector, and you just walk slowly, waving the wand over the ground. And when the wand encounters metal under the ground, it creates a signal. So when you hear a beep, you get down on your hands and knees and you dig, and more often than not, it's junk. It's a rusty nail or a handful of pennies. But every once in a while, you can find something cool or old or valuable. And there was a whole bunch of people who started the day off in base camp. They went into the sea dock with wetsuits. They went along the parade field, by the cabins, presumably searching for things that campers and their families might have lost. Coins, pocket knives, things like that. But I was interested in stuff that was a little bit older. Through exploring in the woods and traveling all over camp, I had seen evidence of walls and of cellar foundations dating back to the mid-1800s, I started up by Page Lodge. And my plan was to walk down Old Foley Hill Road along the wall that's there to some of the cellar foundations that are back in the woods. So I just started to imagine as I was, doing my metal detecting, listening for that beep, what it would be like to live in those woods in the dark, in the cold, back in the 1800s. Sadly, the day ticked on and I hadn't really found anything great. And I was just getting to the cellars and I started getting this weird feeling that I was like being watched. And I would look up and turn around every once in a while, and I was, in fact, the only one there. It started to snow. It was eerie. It was a little bit spooky because that feeling still kind of was growing in me that I wasn't alone. And as the snow was falling, I decided that was it. I was done. Right at that moment, beep, beep, there I found it. An old-fashioned skeleton key, the heavy brass kind with the long neck and the teeth. And I was amazed, and I stood up and I kind of rubbed off the dirt. As I was looking at it and I was about to put it in my pocket with the rest of the objects I'd found, I felt, without a doubt, something or somebody brush my hand. So I turned around and looked, and nobody was there. I was done. I'd scored a big hit. It was time for me to go warm up and get back down to base camp. I pulled up a chair next to Mike Bruns, and he saw the look on my face and he kind of just asked me where I'd been and if I'd found anything good. And I said that I'd been down by the old cellar holes down on Old Foley Hill Road, and I asked if he knew it. And he said, "Oh yeah, the old Dumphy cabin." I was like, "The old Dumphy cabin?" He's like, "Yeah, that's what they call it." I was like, "Who?" And he said, "Oh, the Foleys." And Mike Bruns is a great Camp WA WA historian. And he told me that at one point in time, he'd talked to some of the Foley folks who are now in their 90s, but had grown up on the farm. And it had come up in one of their talks one time that there'd been a cabin along Old Foley Hill Road that they all called the Dumphy cabin, because in it was Mr. Dumphy, who was at that point when they were kids, in his 80s or 90s, and that he'd lived there his whole life in this cabin with no electricity, no running water in the middle of the woods. And that despite farmhouses modernizing and getting electricity, he'd stayed in this cabin in the middle of the woods. And that he'd met an untimely death. One night after coming home from friends, he'd gone to go back to his cabin and he'd lost the key. And he was unable to open the door, and that he died there looking for the key. And they hadn't found his body until the next spring when the snow melted. My blood ran cold when Mike said this. And Mike saw that in my face and asked if I was okay. And I said, "Mike, you're not gonna believe this. You're gonna think I'm making this up, but I found a key." And he was like, "Nah, you're making it up." And I said, "Mike, I'm not joking." And he could tell by my face that I was kind of serious. So I reached inside my pocket and I pulled out all the things that I found. I plunked the nails on the table and I plunked a handful of coins, turned my pockets inside out. But there was no key. I don't know what happened to that key. I don't know if I dropped it, if it fell out of my hands, but I'll tell you, I wouldn't be surprised to know that old Mr. Dumphy is resting peacefully now because he finally got his key. Happy Fall Fest, everybody. I hope you enjoyed that story, and I hope you'll join me in donating to Smith Park to support Camp WA WA.
All right, here we go. Hot dog, diggity dog. Welcome. If you're joining us recently, then you may have missed that I'm Lily Mercogliano Easton. I'm the camp director of Camp WA WA, and I'm also putting on different costumes as we hit different goals tonight. So here I am. Hopefully you can see I am now no longer a pirate, even though I am still a pirate. Now I'm a hot dog. So I want to thank everybody. We've gone over 2,000. We're getting close to 3,000. You can get me out of this hot dog costume by making a donation. I want to thank David for those 2 awesome videos. And we are going to go on now, and we have some classics. So I'm going to try to calm myself down a little bit, even though I'm in a hot dog costume. because now is the time that we get to wind down with our more classic songs. We have Luke Anderson, a volunteer for Camp Wawa, and we have Mino Toos, one of our counselors, and they're going to bring us two favorites, I think, for a lot of us, and we'll get to enjoy those. We still have Zach Horzek coming up, and we still have a few more little ways for us to connect before it ends. So if you haven't given yet, please do give. Those links are there in the comments. Every single donation is going to help, and we're going to get there. And remember that the board is matching us, so we've crossed 4,000. We're really trying to get to that $6,000 mark. So now let's turn it over to Minu and Luke.
Listen, children, to a story that was written long ago about a kingdom on a mountain and the valley folk below. On the mountain was a treasure buried deep beneath a stone, and the valley people swore they'd have it for their very own. Go ahead and hate your neighbor, go ahead and cheat a friend. Do it in the name of heaven, you can justify it in the end. There won't be any trumpets blowing come the judgment day, on the bloody morning after one tin soldier rides away. So the people of the valley sent a message up the hill, asking for the buried treasure, tons of gold for which they'd kill. Came an answer from the mountain, with our brothers we will share all the secrets of our mountain, all the riches buried there. Go ahead and hate your neighbor, go ahead and cheat a friend. Do it in the name of heaven, you can justify it in the end. There won't be any trumpets blowing come the judgment day, on the bloody morning after one tin soldier rides away. Now the valley cried with anger, mount your horses, draw your sword. Then they killed the mountain people, sure they'd won their just reward. Now they stood beside the treasure on the mountain, dark and red. Turned the stone and looked beneath it, peace on earth was all it said. Go ahead and hate your neighbor, go ahead and cheat a friend. Do it in the name of heaven, you can justify it in the end. There won't be any trumpets blowing come the judgment day, on the bloody morning after one tin soldier rides away.
May God bless and keep you always, and may your wishes all come true. May you always do for others, let others do for you. May you build a ladder to the stars and climb every rung. May you stay forever young, forever young, forever young. May you stay forever young, forever young, forever young. May you stay forever young. And may you grow up to be righteous, and may you grow up to be true. May you always know the truth, see the light surrounding you. And may you always be courageous, stand upright and be strong. May you stay forever young, forever young, forever young. May you stay forever young, forever young, forever young. May you stay May your feet always be swift. May you have a strong foundation when the winds of change shift. May your heart always be joyful, and may your song always be sung. May you stay forever young, forever young, forever young. May you stay forever young, forever young, forever young. May you stay forever young.
Guys, we have less than $200 left to reach our goal. Of course, if we go over, I do have one last costume change, and if we could sing our last song, and that costume change is going to be a little bit easier for me, but I'm going to leave that all up to you. I want to thank everybody so much. I love both of those songs, and it's so special that we had Forever Young in particular twice in the program, because I know for a lot of us, that's really quintessential camp and really takes us back to what we do at camp and why we're there and how it gets to stay in us, even when we're not there, even now in this moment when we're all together. So we have one last alumni song, and then we have just a few more things that we get to do together tonight. So before we do that last alumni song, I want to give some attention to staff. I'm sure we have counselors out there. I'm sure we have not camp staff out there. And ever since our summer ended and we stopped doing online programs, I started really thinking about how I could thank the counselors that stepped up in July. And so I got to put together something special. And I got to see a few of them for the first time this week. So check it out, and let's have you come along with me a little bit as I spread some Wawa joy.
They came! I'm so excited. I can't wait to show you guys, and I cannot wait to give these away. I did get a little bit excited. I already opened the box. Let's see. It's not Camp sweatshirts. I'll show you the back. It is time to pack some love in some care packages. Ooh, ooh, ooh. We have sweatshirts. We have ramen. We have some Target experiences. We have this awesome soap from Wild and Free Soapery, and a bunch of boxes to make. Care packages, here we go. All right, here we go. I got the 3 kids in the car. I've got packages, and we're gonna go off and see who we can find first. Look who I found!
Hi! I miss you campers all so much. I know I'm a new counselor, so if you didn't see me last year, then you're seeing me now. But I really hope that this upcoming summer I'll get to see you. Hopefully. I miss doing arts and crafts, and I guess have a good rest of the school year.
Yay! Say bye to Gabby! All right, we made it to our next destination. This is an awesome surprise. So excited to see this counselor. And I've got sleepy kids in the car, so now we've got the classical music on too. I found Annie, everybody.
Hi, everyone. Hope everyone's doing well.
Awesome. It's hot today. It's so nice out. That is our last stop for right now, but we have more stops tomorrow, and we're just loving this. So nice to see people. These are counselors that I haven't gotten to see in months.
Really hot.
I think what I'm thinking about most is just how much I miss seeing the staff in the summer and how proud I am of everybody. But I'll have to tell you more about that later because Oscar hates the car. Woo. That was a super long day. But my kids are asleep, and I just wanted to again thank all the staff so much. And again, I just want to say how proud I am of all of you. It was unbelievable to have you pitch in this summer with Not Camp Camp, and I know that you're all off, just getting through and finding ways to get through this the best that you can, in all your different ways. I know some of you are back at school, some of you are taking a semester off, some of you have graduated, some of you are working. Some of you are working multiple jobs and going to school, or doing all your things. And we love you so much, and we can't wait to be together, but it was really amazing to get to see a few of you in person, and I'm looking forward to the rest of you getting your packages. We love you. Hi, Lily, I'm still here, you're still here. We have one more alumni act. We are so close to hitting that $3,000. So if you haven't given yet, and you can pitch in $5 or you can pitch in $10, whatever is your stretch gift, that is what we're going to be reminding people during this season of our annual campaign, which is going to continue on until the first Tuesday in December. We're just going to be asking how can we all go just a little bit further, and that's what camp needs this year. We are beyond fortunate as a camp. Everybody who has talked to me about this in the last 6 months knows that I'll get pretty emotional if I talk about it too much. But we are just we're fortunate as a camp. We have this community, we have each other, we have our camp. It's not exactly, of course, what we would have expected right now, but it's there, and we get to find ways to connect. We get to find ways to be there. We get to find ways to stick together. And we're getting to still improve the camp and put new roofs on and do all those special things that are really needed any year that make camp that much stronger for the next time that we can have overnight camp. So thank you. And now we get to go to probably one of my favorite songs that we sing at camp. Again, this is a song that we haven't sung quite as much the last few years. But if you were a part of Pirates, or if you stayed up and kept your ears open, you may have heard this song in 2019. And we just love it so much. Thank you so much for folks that are giving small gifts right now. We are getting really close because of those small gifts, and we're getting really close because we've had so many big gifts tonight. So it's been an incredible balance. We are almost to $3,000, and Zach Korzik is now going to sing Father and Son.
It's not time to make a change. Just relax, take it easy. You're still young, that's your fault. There's so much you have to know. Find a girl, settle down. If you want, you can marry. Look at me. I am old, but I'm happy. I was once like you are now, and I know that it's not easy to be calm when you found something going on. But take your time, think a lot, think of everything you've got, for you will still be here tomorrow, but your dreams may not. How can I try to explain? When I do, it turns away again. It's always been the same old story. From the moment I could talk, I was ordered to listen. Now there's a way, and I know that I have to go away. I know I have to go. It's not time to make a change. Just sit back, take it slowly. You're still young, that's your fault. There's so much you have to go through. Find a girl, settle down. If you want, you can marry. Look at me. I am old, but I'm happy. All those times that I've cried, keeping all the things I knew inside. It's hard, but it's harder to ignore it. If they were right, I'd agree, but it's them they know, not me. Now there's a way, and I know that I have to go away. I know I have to go.
Oh my goodness. This costume is not as silly as the other costumes that I've had tonight, but it's so special to me. So thank you all for getting me out of the hot dog costume and into this. This is from my grandmother. So shout out to Bunty Ketchum. Isn't it beautiful? It's a purple satin shirt that she gave me in the last 6 months, and I have not had the opportunity to wear it yet on a Zoom call. So I had that now. Thank you, Zach. I love that song. And so we have one last song tonight. We are just doing so well. Our board is matching all of our gifts up to $3,000. And so if you look in the comments, we were really getting there. We've done amazing tonight. I really can't believe it. It's only been an hour. This is the most we've ever raised for camp in an hour. So thank you. I want to give a special thanks to Allison Loggins Hull. If you came in while we were doing the program, make sure you go back and watch her performance at the beginning. It's stunning and just was an incredible gift to camp. So thank you. I want to thank Easton Unlimited Creative Agency. That's David, our maintenance coordinator, my husband, also an alum. And David has done a bunch of the editing, and we just appreciate it. And he's been behind the scenes all tonight. And then I want to thank our incredible contributors, Luke Anderson, Beth Hodis, Lisha Middleman, Amy McFeeters, Sarah Matzner, Sarah and Otavio Perks, Brandon and Zach Korzik, Josh Perks, Jody and the Cowan family, May Quinn, Desmond Teague, Minu Tus, Gabrielle Nakanjako, Annie Okichi. I want to thank everybody on the Smith Park board. It's incredible what you do. It's incredible how you've kept the WAWA light burning through so many challenges, including COVID-19 this year. I want to thank all the volunteers that came out. It was a challenge is not even the right word. It was a feat to get camp open with social distancing this year, and we did it, and that was because of you volunteers who came out in our small socially distanced groups and did the hard work with masks. So thank you so much. I want to thank all the viewers tonight. I want to thank you who donated tonight. You have gotten us going. We have this big goal for our annual campaign, and we have just eaten a whole chunk out of it tonight. And I can't tell you what that means to all of us. And what that means for our little camp and how we are just really continuing to forge ahead. I want to thank my kids. Today was an epic day of pandemic parenting. So I really want to thank them with 2 parents that worked on this a lot today. And most importantly, if you are a camper watching, I really want to thank you because this is what we do for you, and it is like the best thing on earth to do. And I want to say that on behalf of all of the donors. I hope if you're a camper watching, you know that every bit of it is worth it. What we give back to camp, whether it is our time, whether it's our resources, our love. When we sing these songs when we're not at camp, it is because you are at camp. In these summers. And I know I always say it during the actual summer, but it's really true. Camp is about you, the campers, and you are what keep it going. Even though we all keep it in our hearts as we get older, it's really never the same, and we all know that, and we treasure that. And so all of your experiences and the things that you get to do for the first time, and the way that you get to get better at things, and the friends that you get to make, and all of the incredible ways that we incorporate music at camp, which I've just been stunned this week for us to think more deeply about that, since we're not a music camp, but it's so core to who we are. So I want to thank you, campers, and I want to thank you for sticking with us. And now I want to ask everybody to help me by closing with Dreamer, which we'll sing together. And you all know I just love to mess up the words to this, so I'm going to do my best. So please, wherever you are, get your hands ready. If you're new to camp, you can still sing along because we have these awesome hand signals. And I made myself cry, so I just need to wipe my nose. Okay, here we go. Thank you all so much again for joining us tonight. For our hands are strong and our hearts are young, and the dreamer keeps a dreaming. Ages on, keeps a dreaming along. Pa-da-da-dum, what do we do when we needed corn? We plowed and we sowed till the early morn. Pa-da-da-dum, what do we do when we needed corn? We plowed and we sowed till the early morn. For our hands are strong and our hearts are young, and the dreamer keeps a dreaming. Ages on, keeps a dreaming along. Ha-da-da-dum, what do we do when we needed a town? We hammered and we nailed till the sun went down. Ha-da-da-dum, what do we do when we needed a town? We hammered and we nailed till the sun went down. For our hands are strong and our hearts are young, and the dreamer keeps a dreaming. Ages on, keeps a dreaming along. Ha-da-da-dum, what do we do when it's peace we want? When it's more than a man can build or plant? We gather all our friends from the ends of the earth to lend our hand in this hour of birth. We'll plow, we'll sow, we'll hammer and we'll nail. We'll work all day till peace is here. For our hands are strong and our hearts are young, and the dreamer keeps a dreaming. Ages on, keeps a dreaming along. Da-da-da-dum. Thank you, everybody. You can still give, and mostly just have the most wonderful night and spread that WAWA love. If there's a friend you haven't talked to from camp in a while, please reach out to them, say hello, and we love you all so much, and we want to hear from you, and have a wonderful, wonderful night. Yay! Say bye-bye.